Hello, I'm Ray Goodwin, lead artist of Our Breathitt, working in collaboration with Ideas X Lab in Louisville, Kentucky. The following is a great example of one poet's work relating to gardens, gardening, and homegrown health in Southeast Kentucky. We hope this example helps spark your creativity as you begin to write your own poem about fresh foods, cooking, gardening, all either from real or imagined stories in Breathitt County, Kentucky.
Hello, my friends. I'm Pauletta Hansel, and I am very happy to have been invited to read this poem to you. It's called My Mother's Garden, and the poem is about my mother, who ran a daycare center in Jackson when I was a girl and a teenager. And the yard that is mentioned within this poem is a yard in Jackson that was in front of a house that used to be on Washington Avenue, right across from the backside of Lee's College. My mother's garden. There are no gardens in that patch of shade I hold inside that is my childhood. Only silk and plastic flowers in a bowl, a single rose bush in a hard-baked front yard. She told me she knew the names of trees once, and which berries she could eat, and which would stain her doll's lips red like blood around a closing wound. She had no use for gardens now. She'd spent her own dark patch of childhood hoeing, weeding, working rows of beans, of corn, of sisters, brothers given to her care, of anything both brave and fool enough to grow in that harsh land. Gardening for food was survival, the only kind she knew and swore she'd never need again. Gardening for beauty, a luxury she thought never to afford. Grown now, she made our home between those ends. When did she know she carried all those gardens in her, like seeds kept cool and dormant, safe even from her own desire? 1 year shy of 60, she planted her first garden in her own bright patch of land. Aster and allium, sweet William and zinnia, 40 years of gardens broke through my mother's earth. In soft, damp dusk, she worked it on her knees. Cracked red clay grew rich and sweet as blood, streaked up her arms and wiped across her brow. There was no part of her that did not ache. There was no part of her that did not at last rise up to sun and rain. For these past years, she's sown the seeds she held, dug beds that can't contain her. New gardens grow from bouquets tossed away, spilling out onto the road and up between the jagged cracks of sidewalk. There is not land enough to hold my mother's garden.
I'm proud to say Homegrown Health is funded with generous support from the National Endowment for the Arts. Again, I'm Ray Goodwin, working in collaboration with Ideas X Lab. I want to thank also our community partners, Breathitt County University of Kentucky Extension Office and the Breathitt County High School. I think Breathitt County is amazing.